Good morning, ladies, gents and Pikachus. Welcome back to the show. No Quran of the Muslims today. No, we're going to do something a little bit different. Somebody asked me, one of my viewers asked me, is there any occurrence of love at all in the Quran? Like, has Allah got any real love at all? Which is a perfectly fair question, although Muslims will obviously deny this with permissible lies. I think it's rule B8 or B9. They're allowed to lie about these things to trick us so that we accept it. If we go through their entire law, the reliance of the traveller, which I have done and will be making the videos for, there is only one type of love that Allah shows his creatures in this book, and it isn't while they're alive. Neither is it, it's not like a romantic love, like you might say, I love you, or Romeo and Juliet is banned, that's bad, evil and condemned. They don't have that, they're not allowed it because it's outside of the Quran. So in terms of Allah, in terms of Islam, how does love work? When Allah says love, what's he actually talking about there? Well, it's synonymous with Jihad. Surprisingly enough, how did you know that was going to be the answer? So when we talk about love, we talk about unreserved, requited love. Like you love your children, you love your pets, your lovers. You might love art and music. You might have a love of drawing or painting or something like that. Love is an emotion. It doesn't have a physical gift that arrives with you. It's a physical gift you will bestow on someone else, right? So if I show my pets love, I pet them, I feed them. When they're naughty, I forgive them, and no matter what they do, that love sustains. It doesn't die off. If I have a pet dog and he wheezes on the flowers, I don't throw him out and say, I no longer love you, you will go to the evil fire. Like, that wouldn't be love. That would be obedience, duty of obedience, right? That is how Allah sees love in the Quran and in the reliance. Allah's love is not something which can possibly be physically manifest. It can't exist. We know this because Allah says in his Quran, he never enters creation. He doesn't affect creation personally, directly at all. He never appears. He doesn't do anything. He can't speak into creation. He can't puppeteer people, although he claims he can mind control them. He can't physically make people do anything. So that means his love doesn't have any physical effects at all. Which means it's not love, because we know love is a physical effect. So why does he say he is going to love his Muslims on the Day of Judgment, or some of his Muslims on the Day of Judgment? Why would he say that? It's because, like we find with all words in the Quran, judgments, trust, honour, faith, religion, God, truth, morality, good, bad, marriage, all these things, we have our set meanings for those in the West. When they appear in the Quran or in this book, they don't mean those same things. They try to corrupt the meanings of our Western culture and they replace them with words out of the Quran. For instance, muta. Muta is a word that they use, or nikah is a word they use for marriage in Arab languages. It doesn't mean the same thing as marriage. But when we read the Quran, they will replace the word nikah with the word marriage, not so that they can start doing nikah in the way that we do marriage, but so that our marriage can be overwritten and cancelled and we can adopt their meaning. And they do this even with the word God. So they don't have a word for the God of Abraham the way that we use the word God. They don't have that word. They have Allah. But what they do when they write the Quran in English is they put the word Allah on top of all the occasions where the God of Abraham should be. So it means when they're saying God and they're worshipping their one true God, they're not worshipping the God of Abraham at all. What they are doing is retconning the existence of the God of Abraham out and trying to trick us through their dawah, through their taqiyya, into saying Allah, so that we'll be following the Quranic principle. Even though we don't believe in Allah, we're still going to be infidels who burn and who they have to destroy. We're following the Quranic law, so they have done a dawah through writing the corrupted Quran in English and giving it to us, right? So it's the same with love. Love doesn't exist in the Quran in Arabic. There is no word which is a synonym for love in a Western sense. However, what Allah does say is, I will hate those who don't obey me, and I will show them wrath, and that's immediate. If you upset Allah, if you deviate from his straight path, his mind control, the slavery and surrender of Islam, if you don't do that, he will show you wrath immediately. And how he will show you that wrath is by directing other Muslims to come and attack you, your family, and your life. Right? So that's immediate wrath that you're going to get. It's not like hatred. He doesn't care about people enough to hate them or love them in that way. He is a duty-bound... He's like a robot for Jihad, effectively, this Allah guy. So how does he get to the stage where he says he's going to love his Muslims in future? Well, after they die, and he does the Judgment Day thing, so he kills all the souls of the people who didn't do the Jihad. Those who successfully did or participated in a Jihad, or did dawah sufficiently to count as a minor Jihad, those people go through to the hidden holy mosque in the paradise, and that is how Allah says he's going to love his Muslims, because they won't burn in the evil fire. They will go to the hidden holy mosque. So that's his love. That's the entirety of Allah's love for his Muslims, is after you blow yourself up trying to kill Westerners, or you die trying to do dawah in a country that clearly doesn't want it, that counts as your jihad. Jihad avoids the evil fire. Avoiding the evil fire means when the Judgment Day is reached, when all the Westerners, Jews, Christians, apostates, atheists, pagans, Buddhists, everybody else is off the head dead, slaughtered, then the paradise will be created, and whoever goes to the paradise is being shown love by having arrived there. So it's not like Allah appears to give you a big cuddle and says, well done. You still never see Allah. He's still never going to shower you with love in a Western sense. There is no romantic or requitable, friendly love that he's giving you. There is none of that. The only way Allah ever shows love in the entire Quran and the Reliance of the Traveller, in a physical sense, like we would do in the West, is by not burning you in hell forever and torturing your soul. And the reason that is happening is because you physically participated in a successful jihad while you were alive, or you were martyred during a unsuccessful jihad while you were alive, and then you didn't, you survived the Judgment Day as well. So in conclusion, does Allah love his creatures in life? No, we know that from Quran. Allah does not love his creations in life. He, in the English Quran, says that he will love his creatures if they don't deviate from the straight path. But the word love is translated badly and does not appear in the Arabic version, his actual holy word that he gave Muhammad. It's put in there as a trip hazard for Westerners as part of a dawah. So we get that wrong because they have purposely mistranslated that so that we're more likely to accept it and be dhimmi. Allah does not love his creatures in life. Does he love his creatures in death? No. Because you have to earn that love through obedient, dutiful devotion to his causes. So what he actually loves is himself and his cause, which is the jihad. And the only way you'll ever get shown love is by not burning in hell after you participated in a jihad and died and martyred yourself in a jihad. And the way you will know that you are seeing Allah's love is because you will be in the hidden holy mosque that is made of gold in the paradise. You will have access to the tent full of holy virginal brides, which, they're like one-use sex robots, which he gives you. And you will be able to drink from the river of honey and the river of wine when you're in the paradise, while everyone else is burning to death in the evil fire. So Allah's love means not being burnt to death in hell, being able to go to mosque for the rest of eternity, and the way that you earn this is through killing Westerners, doing the dawah, or participating in a minor jihad of someone else's and being martyred. You'll never get it in life. That is how Allah does love. But as a conclusion to that, how do Westerners do love? I'm showing you love now. Although you can't see me, you can see this video. Although you don't know I'm here, I'm in your life in a spiritual way because I'm teaching you this. I'm taking the time to do this and I'm not charging you. I don't want you to give me money, or you have no duty towards me. You don't have to do anything for this. I love you enough to give you this wisdom. I spent time learning that I'm risking my own life to give you, and I want nothing in return for it. So I'm showing you love by physically making this video, making it available to you. You don't need to do anything, right? That's love. That's a basic Western love. Allah only shows his Muslims love once they've died, if they were dutiful and obedient and they killed Westerners in a jihad or participated in the furthering of someone else's jihad and that person killed Westerners. That's the only way you're ever going to get his love, and the physical effect of his love is you won't burn forever in hell and you can go to mosque after you die. So that's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed that and you learnt something. We're going to go back into more Reliance of the Traveller laws tomorrow. I need a little bit of a rest from it because it kind of burns you out working on it. So until then, have a lovely day. God bless you all, and I'll see you lovely people in the next one. Bye now. And that, dear ladies, gents and Pikachus, is how we know there is no love in Islam, because Allah considers it a waste of energy, it does not contribute to his perfection of the jihad, and is therefore illegal. That's all for now. God bless you all, have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now. Bye bye bye.